There she is. Speak, Lissa. Talk, Lissa.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome today to the Center for Spiritual Living in Graham, North Carolina. We're so glad you're here today. It's a gorgeous day here in Montgomery, and I'm assuming it's the same there. I'm your long distance minister.
Okay.
Okay. Am I supposed to?
We're going to have our first
Okay.
song.
I'm your long distance minister. I'm in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm sure you can tell by my accent. So we got that out of the way and we'll move on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jim, do y'all want to start it?
Yeah, you just did.
You just did.
You just started it for us.
did.
So we're going to sing our first song, okay? That's good, Lissa, right? Number 86, folks. We're going to do Put on a Happy Face, right?
We need
Have they started?
Yeah, we're done. We're starting.
Oh, well, I mean, it's not, I thought they're supposed to start.
No,
Do you want me to start the talk? Is that what you mean?
No, we're started. We're good. Thank you. We're good.
Oh,
We'll tell you.
All right, here we go.
We're on the opening song right now.
well, I mean, okay.
86. Ready? Praise God.
Hello, everyone. Again, I'm sorry. I'm Reverend Lissa, your long distance Southern minister, once again, taking the place of our beloved leader, Jane, Reverend Jane, as she takes a much needed rest somewhere
It's
coastal.
not your star.
In the spirit of our global theme this year, a grand rising, we will concentrate this month on peace, which they name it this month. Peace is chaos. Kind of a cute name. Today I'm talking a bit about waking up to oneness. What an appropriate time to talk on this subject. Today let's affirm this affirmation. The divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you. That will be our affirmation for the week, and it will be in our newsletter. And keep that in mind. The first thing I thought about our subject of peace is that peace is one of the main God qualities that we learn in practitioner courses and, of course, ministerial school. Peace is a nature of God. This quality of God resides and has the potential in each one of us simply because we have consciousness. CSL asks us, when it feels like everything is falling into pieces, how can you find more peace? Good question. Holmes reminds us peace is always at the center of our own soul. Oneness, peace, and harmony will prevail. Could it be, after all the possible spiritual tools we have in our toolbox, that in the long run, will we ask ourselves this? Can we be the peace we wish to see in the world? Let's look. When we view the world through the lens of otherness or separation, and I call that in pieces, it can be a very scary place. We may not feel safe and feel like we need to protect ourselves. You know how that goes. Thus reacting out of defensiveness and fear. We've all done it. When we have a grand rising, intentionally waking up to a world of oneness, which is peace, for example, that affirmation I just gave you, the divine in me recognizes and honors the divine in you, then we move to a place of love, curiosity, cooperation, and compassion. Our lives change for the better, experiencing a world filled with peace, love, and harmony right now. Can you imagine going to sleep one night and the next morning everything you were used to, all your fears, hopes, and dreams, anything that was closely familiar completely vanished into thin air, and there was nothing left but a peaceful consciousness. Can you imagine? I can tell you probably can't. Spirit was one. You were one. And that sense of other became a place of peace. The peace that the Bible talks about, the peace that passeth all understanding. We could literally look into the eyes of another and see the peace of God in everybody. I can understand the otherness we're used to feeling. I really can. I also have felt separation when I have made some choices that hurt others. The others of being guilty, painful, and separate were the way I felt in the situations I created. The sense of fear, our natural reaction, can be to go into protection mode and feel angry, scared, hurt, or uncertain about the reaction of the other person or situation. You know that feeling. You've been there. To me, it feels like this lonely feeling of doom or something like that. Ugh, I don't even like talking about it. Well, according to CSL, when we wake up to oneness, Holmes says, there's one spirit incarnated in everyone, an immortal presence, forever expanding everything, causing everything to grow. What a difference it would make in our human relations if we tried to sense the meaning of this divine incarnation in all people and adjust our viewpoint to the truth that they are all bound together in the unity of God. While we may think otherwise, behind all this vast array of life, there can be but one cause, one universal mind, one infinite spirit, flowing into, through, and becoming everything. We are so used to seeing ourselves as separate from each other that we suspect the very feeling and emotions that causes us to embrace everything in love. But the one person who loves the most will live the most. I'm going to say it again. The one person who loves the most will live the most. We meet each other only in fragments, but only partially, when we refuse to open the whole avenue of our consciousness to the realization that there is but one living spirit in, over, and through everything. If our human relations are to mean the most to us, we must sense that there is within everyone a divine presence manifesting itself in infinite variations, the same impulse, the same love and life, but never quite alike in any two persons. Now, where I want to go with this, and this isn't the easiest thing to do, when a person is yelling at you, or when someone is accusing you of something you didn't do, you know, whatever, how can you prepare yourself to not feel separate? That's what I want you to remember. How do I prepare myself? One way is to eliminate duality. We have to consciously see ourselves as both being divine and human. Another is to remember, rather than react, knowing we're connected and we are all swimming in the same ocean of consciousness. In creating oneness and peace, I think the book, The Eye of the Storm, says it best, and there's a lot in there. Of course, I won't go that today. And this was one book we read in ministerial school, and it's just awesome, The Eye of the Storm. But it says it's best how to center yourself to achieve peace. It takes practice. So don't think you get it right every time. I'm still working on it. But it takes practice not to become defensive or reactive when you are not accustomed to being centered. Getting caught off guard, and I call it like pulling the carpet from under you, is the key when something happens. First, try shifting your attention to your core. Whatever has captured your attention, let it go. You can say, let it go, let it go, let it go. I'm letting it go. Don't make it an issue, but just let it go. Instead, bring your awareness to your center, to that part of you which is rooted in wholeness. It's just as simple as a centering exercise. When you become aware of a threat or a conflict, just bring your attention to your center. Your center has many handles, especially mine. We're not going to even look there. You can easily access it by asking yourself a question. Here's some simple questions that you can move your attention, moving toward the right direction. What am I making this mean? Why am I feeling threatened? What do I believe about myself that supports this feeling I have regarding this person or situation? I love this one. What is making me feel uneasy in this situation? Why do I feel uneasy? What part of me wants to push away or make the other person wrong? Now, those are 5 questions you could ask yourself. Once you've begun to explore the underlying beliefs that support how you're being in this situation, please consider these beliefs are not you. They are not you. They may be strategies you have used in order to protect yourself through the years or explain to yourself when you responded in fear. These are just patterns you used to deal with life. But now you have the opportunity to give yourself what you need in order to express, and I said express, your wholeness and worth in a situation that mirrors one of the memories of your past. Remember, whatever insecurities or fears you have, they are not who you really are. They were conditioned into you, but they are not you. You're bigger than your insecurities and fears because you are a whole and perfect child of God. Ask yourself this amazing question. What do I need in order to be in this situation without needing it to be changed? That's a new one. Give yourself what you need. Feel yourself connected to your wholeness and worth. This is the process of turning pieces into one piece. And then next, bring the situation into your center or your core, whatever you want to call it. Live from that center, your balance, your strength. And ask yourself, I have 6 questions, but there's only 2 I remember. And those 2 will get me out of any kind of problems. But anyway, we'll go with 1. What does my sinner want to do in this situation? Have you ever been just observing somebody as they yell at you and go on, and you're going, what? Ask yourself this: what does my sinner want to do in this situation? Number 2, what does God want to do through me in this situation? And a favorite of mine, what is my purpose here before I respond? What is my purpose here? The 4th one, what would my authentic action be given who I really am? And then my other favorite, what is the right thing to do? Boy, my dad taught me that one. What is the right thing to do? The really important thing to do. You'll be surprised in the situation what you'll come up with. Number 6, what is truth about this situation? What could be the truth in this situation? I realize you don't have time to respond asking yourself all these questions. But there are places to start. There is an avenue for you to go. And I only use 2. That's the only thing I can remember most of the time, in places where the carpet's been pulled from under you. You pick out your favorite ones. I use 2 or 3 to deal with particular problems, and it always works. It's how I manage myself. I do know in communication, when you find out how someone is feeling and just let them talk it out without interrupting them in order for them to be heard, you can find new possibilities and new outcomes for a conversation. Yes, you can. Are you willing? Remember, the one reacting is in a past conversation just like you were. And this may be a new opportunity to transform yourself, being peaceful and using the spiritual practice of listening with intention. Feelings, emotions, and fear are all around us. You know it. It's bubbling everywhere. Be prepared and be a part of this solution of waking up to oneness. When we're called to make peace, it can be an act of courage and love, not to react in the same way most do. In the Bible, Jesus said, and I love this, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Peacemaking is a pathway to God. Reconciliation heals relationships. It will heal yourself. There's a divided world everywhere you look on issues of, I'll take the main one, politics, race, gender, religion, human rights, plus a plethora of a lot more. You name it. There's just issues everywhere. To me, to be able to reconcile a problem, you will eventually discover your worth and wholeness. That's the opportunity. When you become a peacemaker, you're neither passive nor aggressive. You aren't political correctness. What you are, or you could be, you are a powerful neutrality in the face of tension or your position. Becoming powerfully neutral, you're holding a space for the possibility of reconciliation to occur in a new field of infinite possibilities. And here's a fact: when you're a stand for peace, you are the center of confusion, upset, and conflict without making others wrong for their positions. then you allow the process, the discovery process toward reconciliation. And like we understand with the creative process, make sure your intention to reconciliation is always your highest priority for your best outcomes involved. Being powerfully neutral, you become God's vessel as a peacemaker to strengthen your wholeness and worth. Being the peace you wish to see in the world, the universe will always support you completely whenever you are, and in every confrontation, what we call storms, that comes upon you. Blessed are you who have been called to make peace in the world, that longs to know its wholeness and worth. One person or group at a time conforms to peace by the peacemakers simply by allowing each other to communicate without separation. Each person in this one allows connection, and at some point, maybe a tipping point, we become the peace in the world. This is the healing of our planet, CSL is referring to, by reaching a higher consciousness. I'm asking all of us to wake up and get connected. You probably already are. I don't know about you today, but I feel empowered to being a peacemaker simply because it will strengthen and heal me. I have a new perspective about what I can wake up to oneness and some ways to do it. Peacemaking is my attempt to raise the consciousness in the world. It's also an opportunity to exercise the love of spirit in the world through me and through you. I found a story. It's so sweet. I thought it kind of captures what we're talking about today. Do y'all remember about Pooh Bear and Piglet? I used to read that all the time when I was little, so it's been around a few years. But this particular little incident is so sweet. And I'll try to do it the best I can. Anyway, today was a difficult day, said Pooh. Oh, it was so difficult. There was a pause. Do you want to talk about it? Said Piglet. No, said Pooh. No, I don't think I do. Well, that's okay, said Piglet. And he came and sat down beside his friend, Pooh. What are you doing? Said Pooh. Nothing really, said Piglet. Only I know what difficult days are like. I quite often don't feel like talking about it on my difficult days either. But goodness, continued Piglet, difficult days are so much easier when you know you've got someone there for you. And I'll always be there for you, Pooh. I'll always be there for you. And so Pooh sat there, working through in his head his difficult day, while the solid little bitty Piglet sat there right next to him, quietly swinging his legs. He thought that his best friend had never been more right. Don't you love that story as much as I do? It's so sweet and it's so true. You know, having piglets in our lives makes our lives more wonderful. Connections really do count, don't they? You count. We all count. The divine fully intends for you to live fully and abundantly, experiencing wonderful and beautiful. This was in our circles of love. Somebody brought up something that Charles Barker said, and I absolutely love him. So I'm going to leave you with his words or his thoughts. You are far more than a birth certificate, getting ready to become a death certificate. We are the life of God right here and right now. Just like what I referenced previously, the abundant life is available to all of us. But the ones who prepare their consciousness for it will experience it. Be aware that every moment of your waking hours is a potential of consciousness to expand your opportunity and choices. There is so much to see, to do, and receive from life. And then there is your life. Is your life interesting or dull? If you are bored doing the same old thing, your routines are so, maybe it's time to wake up to something different. And my favorite word now, fresh. You don't want to become non-creative. That would be the kiss of death to me. I am the closest to the divine when I'm in a creative mode. Our universe is dynamic and exciting. And if we are just willing to explore new possibilities for ourselves, the choices are endless, from reading interesting books and magazines to shopping at different stores. I started taking water aerobics, and I have met so many new fun people. I've actually met some ladies in the crochet class that are going to help me create flowers for glue revolution. Your creativity can be your catalyst for fun. It can be the thing that makes you happy. Why not start taking classes to expand your consciousness? Didn't Paul say, put off the old man and take on the new man? Well, that's a thought. Be ye transformed by the renewing of our minds. Live your life and use your time, energy, and money to do it. When we're creative, we are happy. When we're happy, we're at peace. That's the connection. Each day has its highest potential of the kingdom of heaven right here on earth. Pray for new ideas, experiences, new friends, fresh relationships with everyone. Imagine our world creating happiness together as we experience peace. We really will become one life, one presence, one peaceful divine reality. And so it is. I'm hearing an echo. Okay. Let's take some time now to give a treatment for on peacemaking and waking up
Reverend
to
Lissa,
oneness.
can you hear me?
There's only one presence, one life, and one universe. This one presence is all there is and all there ever will be. And I too know that I am in unity with this one life. My life is a part of this one life, giving me access to all that the universe has got. So I claim and affirm the peace and beauty of God that is within me. It is always there. And I can use this beautiful power anytime and any place. I'm a gentle, cooling, peaceful supply of love and light. There's nothing to fear, only everything to love. And I give my thanks for this peaceful life anywhere and everywhere I go. I'm grateful for all the constraints of life, gently flowing down the river of my unreactive mind as I rest in this beautiful, peaceful body of God. Life becomes precious and lovely. Thank you, Spirit. for you peace that has always passed understanding. And so I'll release this word to the action of the universal law, knowing that this creation of love is from spirit and its gift of peace is to all of life to receive it. And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
Okay, now Reverend Lissa, can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, but I kind of do.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on. We got all messed up here because you couldn't hear us. So you kind of went into your talk without doing anything else. And
We heard the talk.
we heard the talk, but we didn't get to do the candle lighting or anything like that yet this morning. And Drew wants to give her talk.
Well, it's just the reading that Jane would normally do,
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you want to do first?
It's a reading, and I think I want Drew
Well,
to do
you
the
can
reading.
do it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we want Drew to do the reading.
All right. I brought another copy of it, just in case. Good morning, intrepid adventurers.
I don't have access to see what they're doing.
All right, this is the peace talk, and it's excerpted from Ideas of Power, which is out of the Ernest Holmes papers. And in these excerpts, Ernest Holmes is talking about the true nature of our being, what keeps us separated from our divinity, and how a peaceful mind resolves this. This is Ernest. Take it away, Ernest. I happen to believe that everything in the universe, in manifestation, exists for the delight of God, not for the glory, as though God were to be glorified, not for our salvation, as though we were lost. All of this is nonsense. It is the babbling of an infant in thought. The universe exists for the delight of its creator, that it shall behold itself in its own works, know its beauty in that which is beautiful, and in us, I believe, behold its beloved Son, in whom it is well pleased. There is something in us, an impulsion, a necessity to live, to sing, to dance, to laugh, to love, to come to fruition, and as Reverend Listener was saying, to love creatively. And a life which does not create or is not lived creatively creates a surplus of action, now imprisoned within us, beating against the walls of our consciousness for expression. This is the nature of inner conflict and the tension and the frustration of the unlived life. We then misinterpret the objects which appear to us, and we cast our images of our own despair onto them. But you cannot break the universe into fragments or pieces and discover a unitary wholeness in causation, where some of it might be illusion and some of it might be real, because we forget the truth of the story in which a man had a terrible dream where he looked up and some awful figure was leaning over his bed, and the man was frightened and said, "What are you going to do with me?" And the terrible figure leered at him and said, "I am not going to do anything to you. What are you going to do to me? I am your dream, you know." So Ernest goes on to say, "I doubt not that all of our trouble, criticisms, and fears are the results of our frustrations, and these inhibit the flow of the universe through us. So we must examine ourselves. Do we or do we not believe in the one? Do we accept or reject life itself? Which sounds better to you, that both God and man have denied us the right to be happy, or if we enter a state of peace in our own minds, that people will feel peaceful around us? And do we start our day saying, 'Oh, this is a bad day, it's going to be tough'? Or do we say, 'Good morning, God, the sun is lovely, thank you, God, I'm glad to be alive'?" So when we do our treatments now, remember that a treatment is not just for another, it is for us, and it brings peace to those to whom it is directed and to ourselves, as this following paragraph states. There is one infinite peace now indwelling us and each person for whom we treat. God bless him or her. Let him receive the blessing. It is real. We bless him, and everything within him is blessed, and everything that doesn't belong to him is eliminated, and everything that belongs to perfection is manifest. There is no frustration or resentment. He has surrendered every hate, every doubt, and embraces the universe of wholeness. So shall love guide him and govern him, and peace flow through him. And so it is. All right? I don't know.
We're kind of winging it here today.
There we are,
so-
winging it. We could do a little soft shoe for everybody. Okay,
Just go on with the announcements and.
announcements.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
we should
almost
do
at time.
the offering.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Who is that?
That's when I pulled
Oh,
up here.
yeah, all right, well, let me play the offering music. then.
Okay,
Hold on a second.
now we're gonna do the offering
Yeah, offering, yes. Okay, just a second.
with the Abundance Song by
Yeah.
Jack
The
Fowler.
balance, I just have to get it up here. Come on. Oh, stop it. Don't be recalcitrant, you silly paper. All right, here we go. Okay.
I celebrate my abundance
Today, by grace in God show my face. As I open my heart becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else,
I know that all that I give to myself. I want to thank you for your abundant offering today. As you know, it goes to keep the lights on here and finish the work that's going on around here. But thank you. And there's also other ways to give. Here, we got PayPal. We have taken Givelify off because I don't think it's working, but we also have Cash App. And what we're going to do, we're going to start a GoFundMe page, which will allow offerings to come in that way too. But anyway, thank you very much. And now we will do the announcements. Okay, first of all, we got Safe on the menu here, and Fran, our liaison, is here. Anything new?
Not new, same thing, but next week, when I get started again, it'll change. They're collecting beans and peanut butter.
Okay,
Beans, they call it, can be used separately or as part of a meal. You can make chili, you can,
yeah,
but dry beans or canned beans, anything of that sort, as well as peanut butter, which makes a sandwich, or can be added to a meal.
just add it to the beans, right? And make a new recipe.
There's all kinds of meals out there that have got peanut butter as a part of the recipe.
Yeah, I know. So, well, thank you, Fran.
They certainly appreciate your donations of goods here or of cash that we give to them.
Yeah.
They get about double the things for them bought from the food bank cost about half of what it would cost for us to buy at the grocery store.
Right,
So we'll take your old canned goods too.
okay. Long as they're,
Within a
long,
year.
long as they're not 5 years out of date, but. Okay, and also we co-sponsor a Saturday morning call with CSL Louisville at 11 a.m. No subject is off limits, so all that information is in the newsletter. And so if you want to join in on that call, it lasts for about an hour, sometimes less, sometimes more. So, and again, thank you for all your donations that you give here at the center. Any other announcement? Anybody got something fabulous going on? Reverend Lissa, are you there? I think she left us. Courtney, anything with the Scouts?
This weekend is the Outlaw Vets Balloon Festival. It's going on the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. We will for sure be out there on Saturday. Anybody who volunteers
Ah, okay.
And if anybody wants the email address or any, of the coordinator with the volunteer coordinator with the Alco Vets, I'm more than happy to share that with you.
That information is also in the newsletter.
Yeah. And then, so we are gonna be, we'll be camping at, near the, park, it's at Cedar Rock Park. And there is, they have balloons, there's, weather permitting, they'll have balloons going up twice a day. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, I looked at the weather and it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
It is done that every year.
It is done it every year. That's the reason why we are not camping at the park, we are camping at the fire station.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, Frederick's, Frederick's, fire station where his pack meets, we're gonna be camping there.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good. I don't have a call and response affirmation, so, but we do have a blessing of its children. And that is, I'm sorry, but we'll get back to regular things next week.
Promises.
Maybe.
Sure.
Okay, everybody will just follow me. We,
We,
children of the divine, love all children, bless all children, appreciate all children, and behold Spirit as all children.
And so it
And
is.
so it is. And now the closing song is what?
Number 75, What a Wonderful World.
Oh,
75, here we go.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, a bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Right.
And I don't have Reverend Melissa here to give a closing treatment, so,
She did it earlier.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I guess we're done here for today.
come and eat with us.
So,
We got food today.
we got food over there next door. As far as I know, we're gonna have a core council meeting.
Yeah.
It'll probably be short and sweet, but we'll have that. So, anyway, thank you guys again.
Did you want me?
You are there.
Mr. Jim?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh.
It'll probably be short and sweet, but we'll have that. So,
I can hear something.
Did you want me?
Do,
you are there.
do you want to do a closing treatment for us?
Can I benedict us out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Can you hear me? Be short and sweet, but we'll have that.
Hello?
So,
Don't know.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a wonderful week, and let's just let's just close our eyes and center ourselves, knowing that we are the peace. We are peace. And we acknowledge the one spirit today, the one presence is one perfect peace. Expressing as each one of us here today. We are so blessed by the ones here today, and we bless the ones that aren't. We affirm our spiritual connection with each and every one here. We return safely to our homes. We know our time together has been a blessing and a celebration of love. I am knowing that our return will be the same as how we leave here today, in peaceful oneness. So it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Reverend Lissa.
Okay, good. Is she gonna tune in for the core council?
Are you able to hear me hear me well? Can you hear me?
I hear you well.
Okay, good. All right.
Have
I
a
don't know
great
if
week, everybody. Love you all.
Reverend Lissa, we might be able to get you at the core council meeting today. We're having a core council meeting today. Nope, can't hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, so
sure.
are you going to join us for that? I might have to do it on the
Is
phone.
that today?
Yes,
Is Jane gonna be there?
yes.
I'll be happy to. Will you please